there you have it. After 2.5 years, the Pro is finished. Hello everyone, we are super excited to finally be able to show you the production version of the Apollo Pro, the V7. This is the 7th iteration, and this is the one that's going to be delivered to all the backers on NGA GoGo. So this is the first one that is finished, fresh off the line. So as we always do, we got to show you starting from the back what changed and working our way up the stem. So starting from the back, all the screws on the fenders were improved, be easier to remove, because when we were fixing the fenders from the people in the beta, we were stripping those screws. So better grade now, and we put less Loctite. It's blue Loctite instead of red Loctite. So small things about production we changed. If we look at the back, you can see that the light finish is also a lot better. It's brighter, and just the shade, at least in person, you really realize like the red and the white, it's more on the end of both spectrum. It looks better. Then we have the big addition, which is the button here. You can now walk it into place like this, and it's super easy to lock up. So you could pick it up and carry it like this, and to unlock it, just press on the button, and that's it. So you can see it's super intuitive and easy to use. If we continue, the grip tape is the exact same, the neck is the exact same. We have the front spring. The spring, we made it 35% stiffer, because we had a lot of complaint of people bottoming out when they were jumping on the scooter. And now for the rear suspension, we improved how the rubber is made. So before, it was a very hard rubber that we were drilling holes through it to really find the right stiffness. We found it with the beta, so that's a new rubber. And when you touch the material, it's not the same thing. This is fantastic. It feels like the grip tape with a massive block of it. And you feel it. When you jump on the scooter, it's a lot smoother because of this, but also because we added bearings in the front and the back. So instead of being swivel on metal bushing now, it's on bearings. So you can imagine the whole suspension just works a lot better than before. This scooter is like for a heavier rider usually, so we wanted something that is able to fit a wide range of weight. Then we have the folding mechanism. Again, this is the first version, so it looks like the old one, but the new one, we're gonna have 2 black screws here instead of having shaft with C-clip. What does that mean? Well, it's just easier to fix if you ever need to replace it. And same thing with the main hook here. The tolerance were improved to make it just a lot easier, and it was removing some like unnecessary stress on that part. So now it's overall it's safer, and we shipped that new part to all the beta as well. So everyone is equipped with this new latch. The stem light here is the same, but again, you can see the color is great. It looks fantastic, and not much to say there. If you look at the headlight, we were able to make it a little bit brighter. I think if you want to go to night riding, having like a great dedicated headlight on your handlebar is always ideal. And we're coming out with a new one that's going to be available on the website in about 2 months. And the rest is pretty much the same from the outside, except on the stem, we have 6 screws now to fix the headset for the stem. Before it was 2 screws, we changed it to 4 screws, and now we're putting 6. Decided to do 6 screws on all our scooters to really cover all the different angles of stress. Like on the air in the city, it's all around the stem. And for this one, it's just, again, you're gonna go probably off-road with it, gonna be putting the probe through a lot of stress and vibration. So having those extra screws keep the headset tight it's ideal. That's what we want. But the new head are a lot bigger, so they are basically impossible to strip. And then you have the latch here that is missing the little. There's gonna be probably a leather strap, or we're still choosing what we're gonna put. But to open this latch easily. On the inside, there's a lot of improvement that you don't see. Like there's a lot of connectors that we change and replace. But about the headset itself, we poured epoxy in it over the PCB, so now it's waterproof. And we increase the tolerance between the black part that you see here and the gray part to not have any water go in the first place. So that's fantastic. And the feedback that we got a lot is people like to angle their brake handle and their throttle. So you can see the new angle here for both it's great. It's a lot more natural to grab the brake like this instead of being like this. It's kind of weird. And the throttle being angled, it's just more comfortable, because before it was a bit too high, so you ended up riding like this. So now it's putting less stress on your wrist, and you feel it right away. The other big piece of feedback we got is how you access Bluetooth. So right now, on the V6, you could cycle through 1, 2, 3, and then Ludo, like any gears. Now it's 3 click to access Ludo, and to cycle through gear, it's 2 click. So if you want to jump from the first gear to Ludo right away, well, you can. So it's just a little UX improvement that's going to make it better and more intuitive without having to look at the display. That was the thing we're trying to fix, because when you cycle through gear, the only way to know which gear you're in, if you reach the gear that you want, is looking, compared to now by just clicking 3 times, you know that you're in Ludo, and you can go. From under the scooter, everything is still the same. We changed the material of the kickstand. It's more plastic now than rubber, because the rubber with the heat when it was like 40 degrees outside and always opening and closing the scooters was wearing off a bit too quickly. So now being a bit more plasticky, it's gonna last, it's still rubber, but harder. It's gonna last longer. So that's pretty much it. There was a ton of improvement for the software as well. Now you can, well, again, you can decide all the color of the light, the turning signal, the brake light as well. But one that surprisingly annoyed a lot of people is that the turning signals are only 7 blinks, and people want to choose between 7 blinks or indefinite blink, and you cancel it yourself. So that's going to be available through the app and IoT as well. There was a ton of improvements. We added a battery inside the IoT now, so if your scooter dies, the IoT is still going to work. And we added light on the IoT that's going to tell you like a system report. So if you are not able to track it and you're just wondering, instead of having just a black box, well, now you have at least 3 lights telling you what's happening inside. So that's pretty much it for the Pro V7. We are here in China to supervise this production and really make sure that it's being assembled perfectly. After 2.5 years, the Pro is finished.
Oh wow, it handles so well. The acceleration is ludicrous. The regens also feels great. Ah, that suspension feel, wow. Wow, wow, wow. I think we just achieved the next level of scootering. Oh, look at that acceleration. Crazy. That display is so good. Ah. Only using the regen now.
Okay. So, how was it, Lowell?
Fantastic. Everything feels a lot stiffer for some reason. All the parts on the V6, the tolerance were great and everything felt great. But on this one, I don't know, you can't, it's hard to explain. You really feel all the little improvement. Like the sum of them is the feeling that you get pretty much. It's hard to explain. Feels great, acceleration, everything is perfect. Like, it's like before, but better.
We did the impossible.
Did the impossible.